next question says, show 2x power of 4 minus x cubed minus 5x squared minus 2x can be written as and then write down the zeros of this polynomial. Well, you should know the zeros without even if you couldn't show it, so at least you could have got the mark. The zeros are definitely 0, minus half, minus 1, and 2. Okay, so that's easy. Now, to show this, well, that's a good thing. Rather than us... Okay, I thought there should be a constant. Okay, well, yeah, that's even easier, actually, now that I realize what they're saying. Okay, so rather than us trying to actually solve it, you know, the hard way, we've got to go work out its factor and everything like that. They already gave us that we want it in this form. So you should just pick one. Pick one of these, for instance, these 3. Yeah, and you would have, that's what I would have picked, and so therefore you know that p of minus 1 is going to work already. And that's also, that's a statement that you got to just make, right? So p of minus 1 equals to 0, so therefore you know that x plus 1 is a factor. How do you know that? Because the first thing you realize is that x is common in all of them. So that's when you can factorize it out, and you get a cubic. So really all you're looking at is plus minus 2 and plus minus 1. But like I said, this already tells you that. Cool? That one?
Yeah.
I just factorize the x out. Factorize x out. X, 2x cubed minus x squared minus 5x minus 2.
Why?
Oh, because this tells me I want to factorize an x out.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't it?
Then why'd you have to do p of minus 1?
Well, that's to eventually know, for this term here, my factor is going to be x plus 1, for example. I'm trying to show this line here, right?
Yeah.
Now, I need it to be exactly in this form. The x here, it's either you saw it from this, and I didn't really, I do it 2 ways. I mean, I'm really good with show questions, so I use their answer, and I can go, okay, there's my x, fantastic. Or I also realized from the original question I told you there's no constant. Where if there's no constant, straight away you can factorize an x out. And that's what it's trying to tell us. But you're saying, why do I do p of minus 1? I'm just trying to say, this shows me that x plus 1 is a factor. Right? And if x plus 1 is a factor, that's something I'm going to use for this part here, to factorize this. Not to factor, I can't factorize that, can I? No way. I can't use polynomial division for that yet. I gotta use it for this. Cool? Alright, so now that I know that, we go x plus 1, and you can use polynomial division, or you do it fast. Well, you should know the expansion should become something like this. Look, 2x squared. You know you need the expansion of these two, right? I'm just trying to tell you, like, checking ways, right? This and this. You should know the expansion of this should be the expansion of these two. But anyways, we're going to prove it. So can you see it's 2x squared here? And let me see if I can prove that. If that's x, that's 2x cubed, then this should be 2x squared. Alright, everything must be linked. I'm just trying to show you so your math makes sense. Alright, well then you know that the expansion of this is 1 and minus 2. Right? 1 times minus 2 is minus 2. So can you see that's minus 2 there? So then 1, and that should be minus 2 there. Okay, last but definitely not least, I need a minus 1 here. I've got something, nothing so far. So then I know the expansion of that is going to be 2. So I'll do the left hand side first. So minus 1 must equal to 1 times 2 equate, maybe I should write that. Equate coefficients of, and then for instance, x squared. I'm equating coefficients of x squared. So my x squared here is minus 1, the coefficient, whatever's in front of minus 1. Equating coefficient of x squared. The x squared here, when I expand it, is 2. The coefficient here of x squared is going to be ax. So ax squared, which means a. Right? The coefficient. That's it. And then therefore a is equal to minus 3. Any questions? Oh, okay. I was waiting on you. You gotta let me know when you finished. All right, and then we gotta fully factorize this still, and that I'm not gonna do that, but obviously it should become something like that: 2x plus 1 and x minus 2, and therefore you've showed it. Done. Any questions about that? So yes, you could have used the answer. That's a clever way, rather than going, okay, let's just sub in plus minus 2 plus minus 1. Okay, and that's what I meant by this line here, the p of minus 1. It's just that to show that it's there.